Signposts for the future. I had a friend who asked out a girl he liked, and by some miracle, she agreed to go on a date. Do you know how they say that to the man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail? My friend loved to bake, so he thought the perfect gift would be to bake a cake for her. He stayed up all night baking the perfect cake, only to realize later on that the girl was diabetic. Before you do anything, you have to be sure of the demand. And while we have discussed a lot about the place content creators have in the future, I am talking about a specific type of content creation. Subscription video on demand. This means you will be creating content for which you will be paid. And you cannot move forward with this assumption unless you understand the actual demand. In this chapter, we will cover the current demand for subscription-based streaming services to signpost towards the future. In the year 2020, according to Statista, 882 million people are currently paying for at least one streaming service. Keep in mind that many people pay for at least 2 subscriptions, if not more. Of course, this spells significant revenue. The same source asserts that the industry's revenue currently stands at $51.6 billion. That's $51.6 thousand million annually spent on paid streaming. This produces a solid foundation for a case that not only is there a future for you in streaming, but that there is enough of a market that you can get paid handsomely for your efforts to provide valuable content to your audience. There are many ways to make money within this space. Let's discuss a few of them. Product placement. Amazon's hit TV show, The Boys, got a big budget like the rest of Amazon's $100 million per show budgets. But to justify its budget, the show didn't just rely on subscribers. It featured Almond Joy and Fresca as key plot points. The product placements were woven into the story, and one can assume the brands paid a lot of money for the privilege to be advertised in a manner that cannot be skipped. If you are a comedian, you can make a joke where a product is featured in the punchline. As advertisements become more skippable, brands are willing to pay millions for the right shout-out that is packaged in a way the audience doesn't mind consuming. Licensing rights. Most TV studios initially licensed their content to Netflix, which made money off of the subscriptions. However, as the studios launched their own platforms, they started pulling content back from Netflix in favor of their own streaming services. You can also initially start by licensing your content to a provider who has a subscriber base and later launching your own streaming service. Direct subscriptions. This is the most independent you can get with your content. If you launch your own paid streaming service, you can get paid by viewers who directly subscribe to your content. This sounds hard to do, but in this book, you will learn exactly how easy this is.